I'm Raúl Echeverría. I'm Vice President for Global Engagement at the Internet Society. I'm very glad to be here in Oman, participating in one more workshop of our chapters in Middle East and in the region. It has been a very good meeting with the exchange of experiences and knowledge that is very valuable. The people that has participated is very committed and passionate about Internet Society mission and about developing the Internet in the Middle East region for the benefit of our people. We are very happy to have strengthening our participation in Middle East with our newly created bureau and engaged in all the regional activities, and I'm very enthusiastic, very excited with all the opportunities we have working with the local regional community in the coming future.
Ali Al-Mishar, board member of Bahrain Internet Society. I have enjoyed being here on this workshop and event through the ISOC Middle East meeting. It's a very good and well organized meeting, having all of these connections with the team from all over the Middle East. The presentations and workshops that have been shared and we participate and have improved the understanding of so many things, and we reached up to a good conclusion and summary that things we can, as a chapter, all of us work on and take it back to our local community and start working and developing all of these. Thanks to the ISOC and looking to see all the chapters again. Thank you.
It was a great opportunity to meet Arab internet societies, and we are looking forward to work together to shape the future of the internet. Thank you very much, Sulaiman Ansari, UAE chapter.
Hi, I'm Nabi Baz. I'm head of Programs Committee at the Internet Society Lebanon chapter. I'm very happy to experience this chapters meeting of the region. It's been a great experience, especially for aligning our vision along with the international organization. We worked a lot on so many solutions. We thought together, we strategized together, and we came up with many solutions, especially the ones related to youth empowerment and enabling interconnection between the Arab countries. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Layal Jubran. I'm from ISOC Lebanon. I'm a board member, and it was a great pleasure for me to take part of the workshop for ISOC regional in Muscat, Oman. It was an information sharing experience where I learned about the struggles the other chapters are going through, and we helped work on more solutions for everyone else, as well for us as well. I would definitely do this again, and I think that the region needs this and needs it on an ongoing basis all the time. Thank you.
Je suis Saïd Msbeh, je suis le président du chapitre ISOC Maroc. J'ai été vraiment très content de pouvoir participer à cette réunion organisée par ISOC Middle East. J'ai rencontré des collègues de différents pays. Nous avons échangé des choses extraordinaires sur la façon d'avoir une vision globale d'Internet dans notre région, comment on peut faire mieux pour que Internet soit au service de tout le monde, toutes les cultures, et faire une synergie entre nous.
حلمي عبد القوي، جمعية الإنترنت اليمن، رئيس لجنة البرامج. صراحة أنا سعيد جدا بحضوري هذا الميتينج. استفدت حاجات كثيرة، وبالإضافة إلى تعرفنا على ناس من بقية الشباتر في الميدل إيست. شكرا.
أنا اسمي محمود علام، ممثل الإيجيبت شابتر في الإنترنت سوسايتي، والحقيقة سعدت أنا وزميلتي كريستين رضا بحضور الوركشوب اللي اشترك فيها عدد كبير من الشابترز اللي من منطقة الميدل إيست الشرق الأوسط. كانت فرصة للتعرف وإن احنا يعني نتعلم من بعض ونشوف وجهات نظر مختلفة، ونحاول إن احنا نلاقي وسائل للتعاون للشابترز المختلفة وللأهداف.
مرحبا، أنا اسمي واصل غانم، رئيس جمعية مجتمع الإنترنت في فلسطين. أنا سعيد جدا في وجودي في مسقط في عمان لحضور ورشة عمل المينوغ، وكذلك الورشة الإقليمية لمنطقة الشرق الأوسط لآيزوك. كان اللقاء مثمر جدا، تم التعرف فيه على عدد كبير من الشركاء وخاصة الشركات والعاملين في قطاع الاي تي والإنترنت. تمكنا من خلال هذا اللقاء أنه نبني شراكات مختلفة من خلال بناء مشاريع إن شاء الله راح تكون مشتركة في الفترة القادمة بيننا وبين المجتمع الإنترنت في البلدان المختلفة زي لبنان ومصر والإمارات وغيرها. أهم شيء طبعا كان الهدف إنه نحاول على المستوى العربي إنه نعزز التعاون بيننا، ويكون في إمكانية لعمل مشاريع مشتركة وزيارات مشتركة، ومن أهمها على سبيل المثال تنظيم رود ماب لمينوك خلال ال6 أشهر القادمين، اللي أنا متأكد رح يعطوا صدى وأهمية كبيرة لمنطقة الشرق الأوسط بتطوير قدرات الشباب المهندسين في مجالات الإنترنت وتكنولوجيا المعلومات.
أنا زاهر قصراوي من فلسطين. كانت مشاركتي في اجتماع مجتمع الإنترنت في الشرق الأوسط كثير مفيدة. التقينا بمعظم الشابترز من الميدل إيست وتناقشنا ووضعنا خطط للتعاون ومشاريع في المستقبل إن شاء الله بتشوف نتائجها وآثارها قريبا إن شاء الله. نتمنى تظل هاي مثل هذه الاجتماعات واللقاءات مستمرة والتواصل مستمر.
So we're working on local content. Our mission is to promote local content and to develop strategies to launch on a national basis. All right. So our challenges are the lack of continuity when it comes to national strategies. There's never implementations or proper follow-up on everything. We all talk, but nobody walks the walk. So there's also many legal obstacles. We were discussing the fact that it's a very big problem to create this content, place it online, from weak infrastructure to also hosting, and all of these also have legal problems. Each of them on their own have their own legal problems. For example, hosting, if you're hosting in your own country, there's a problem with the government if you're hosting specific content, let's say, that they don't want aggregated anywhere. So there's a lot of obstacles there when it comes to legal. We have weak infrastructures and we have a low level of collaboration on a regional level. So let's say Lebanon wants to do something and they want to collaborate with another country, there's usually no follow-up or no collaboration, or it's shut down and stopped at some point. And there are lack of visionary leaderships, especially in most governments, excluded the UAE, they're doing amazing work. But our Arabic identity, first of all, and to let us actually work with that identity into creating content that is, let's say, Arabic or local. So we need to empower also our Arab youth to innovate by promoting liberalization, freedom, and creativity. So we need to lobby the whole community and develop necessary policies. We can never empower our youth without putting specific policies into play. For example, I cannot allow someone who's 18 to create something and let them just go around flying like a little bird and lost everywhere. We need to have some policies, and the clearer they are, the more people are actually they're more how do you say it? Not prone, but they're more excited on actually becoming part of any kind of change. So there are this structure, and you can work with this structure, and you're gonna get somewhere. So we need to have these kind of structures. So improving the legal framework for financial and operational structures that facilitate projects and for projects or startups or NGOs or anyone. We talked about the legal part. We have a very big legal problem in the Arab world, and it differs from country to country. And if I want to implement something in Egypt, it's not the same thing as implementing it in Oman. So we need to work on perhaps a unified program that, let's say ISOC as an organization can take on. We can work by international rules and have this, let's say this project is created by ISOC through the ISOC community to these communities, and it could be just a one rule basis project, and it could be easy for everyone to adopt and work on it. Or we have to work on each legal framework for each country, through each community, through the ISOC maybe members and the community in general. So yeah, it's a big process. All right, next. Reducing cost elements, let's say for the hosting industry, in order to produce competitive markets. So right now we're talking about if I want to put local content online, I have to pay a lot for hosting, and some of it legally will not be accepted perhaps, but hosting is a problem. Also, the reliability of hosting. I believe Konstantin was actually talking yesterday about sometimes the electricity goes off and our servers would go down. So let's say we have some content hosted locally and there's no support for it. What happens there? So we need to reduce costs and maybe work on the infrastructure for that as well. So supporting the formation of independent digital entities to develop, discuss strategies for promoting local content. So it's the same what we're doing, let's say now. ISOC is an independent entity and we're discussing how to create strategies and work on those strategies. So we need, I think as ISOC, we're also, we have a responsibility because we're old in the region and we know the region and we know the struggles. We need to empower other organizations to be able to become independent and work on developing new strategies, discussing them. We need to empower discussion. Like communication is not happening between NGOs, for example. It's not happening between members in one NGO to begin with. So we need to empower that. The more we empower this discussion, we have more strategy and we can work more on creating digital. So enhancing collaboration by leveraging proximity of the regions. For example, it takes me 2 hours to get to Egypt. It takes me about an hour to get to Jordan. It takes me 4 hours to get to Oman. So we're very close. And we need to leverage that. We need to talk to each other, leverage the proximity, especially leverage the cultural, we're the same culturally, linguistics-wise, we all speak Arabic, it's a unified language. We can create so many great things by just getting together. We just did a great thing here, and we came together for 3 days. Imagine going for a retreat for a week or following up on that. Like always, we can do great things. So that's one thing we have to leverage. And we need to empower the academia to invest more in R&D to support innovation. Our R&D sectors are dead in the region. And that's the academia's job, it's not the government's job. And we need them to take that on. Yeah. So yeah, that's one thing. Also, we need to support the role of NGOs in developing local content and its production. So we need to support NGOs. They need ideas to work on. They need funding to work on ideas, and one of which is local content. So why not support NGOs into being these aggregators for this content? Because right now our NGOs are just do parties and don't do anything else. No, we need action. Right? Yes. All right. So the potential. I don't think anybody needs to hear about the potential in the region. The potential is huge. I'm not quoting Trump. The potential is huge in the region. And so we have amazing innovation. I can tell by the ecosystem I'm in, and it's not just in Lebanon. I'm connected to Jordan, Dubai, Egypt. The potential in the youth is amazing, and the rise of entrepreneurs is always ever growing. We need to prepare this incubated region for them to be able to grow and to actually to be able to commit actually to whatever they want to do. So we have a growth in internet usage. We saw the presentations. We have a major growth in internet usage. And the wealth of offline content that can actually be turned into online content. We have so many things we can actually create. And we talked about the common language. It's the same culture. So it's the ease of access in the markets. We can just penetrate different markets in the region easily. And the market is very largely unexploited. We can leverage that. It's new untapped markets, and we can go into those. So that's it.
So we are looking, as a group, we are looking on the digital economy, and you may have noticed that one of the presentations yesterday that have been done about the digital economy as well, and we have seen that within the Middle East region, the digital economy was low, the penetration of digital economy was low, and going through digital economy, there are a number of factors or pillars that need to take in consideration. The one point that we have focused on is mostly to do with the financial and the economic part of it, although it's cover a lot of these areas. So we have looked into this as we are presenting this in front of an international organizations, and why we are presenting this on behalf of the region that we represent, and how we will state our objective and our challenge and problem. So we'll go through a basic of 3 slides, but presenting that what was the problem, how was the challenges, and what recommendation we are looking for and what we are expecting from the international organization to do to our community and to our region. So this slide, we have taken it from the presentation that have been done by the ISOC team and showing how is the Middle East region when it comes to the digital economy penetrations compared to the other. But I'm proud that Bahrain is high compared to the other. It's the same of United States.
This is because you.
I think so. So, why is low? Why the digital economy within our region is low? Do any forget about this? Do anyone have any input into that before we go into this? This is just a general guidelines. Why digital economy is low? I would say we have as a region. We don't have that open economy between all these countries. We have taxations. We don't have like a single platform for the e-commerce. As an example, for the corporation, there are a good industry. For example, in Morocco, there is a good industry for export in other countries within the Middle East. But when you export or import from these countries, then there is a taxations, there is a complications, and within the same country itself, when you are doing that. On top of that, the importer as well have this type of challenges. Then, speaking about the government incentives, we have seen that the government, just to be fair and transparent and honest, they are into that, but they are looking into it into the e-government, let's say, perspective, not a full digital economy. The requirement here is to move from an e-government initiative for digital economy to a full digital economy nationwide. And as per the report from McKinsey, like the 9 countries within the Middle East or the Gulf or Middle East, 2 of them have gone nationwide, which is Oman and Egypt. They have gone as a nationwide. So this is going on the national level rather than on selected part. Also, supporting the private sectors could be an issue where we'll have it as part of the recommendation. Lack of digital skills. Today, when we speak about digital skills, we need that talent. We need the people who will work on that digital. Are we doing that through our university? Are we teaching these digital skills through the schools? Do we have special courses? Do we have support from these international organizations who look into this type of programs to support the digital skills within the economy within the countries? And then the payment infrastructure itself. If you have noticed, like most of the countries do offer an online on e-commerce, but it's limited. Type of cards are not accepted due to risk, due to the infrastructure is not ready to give the better support and security and confidentiality on the data. Some of them central bank regulations that does not allow you to use X or Y cards on online, or they allow it only on a local basis. I'll just give you an example of this type of limitations. Within the Gulf countries, all the Gulf countries does not allow their local ATM cards to be used internationally online. They allow this card only to be used within the country on their national payment gateway for e-commerce. It's just a due for, as the clear, let's say, reason behind that from them is the security. But I think there are something hidden that we don't know about. It's a card, it's your limit, it's come with a PIN. Sorry, it's not your limit, it's your money because this is a debit card. And it comes with a PIN, so it's secure and you take responsibility of it. This card is not allowed to be used outside. So if you use your local debit card on Amazon, it will not work. That's why Amazon now trying to go with the local banks within the region just to enable this debit card. So what is our recommendations to that, just to overcome this, let's say, obstacles or the challenges that we are having? We said the open global market. So once that gets open together without any of these taxations or restrictions through all these borders, this will allow this digital economy to move forward. And speaking about digital economy, it's not only about the financial part. We have in all of these countries now we have e-health, e-education, you just add that to the E. They're establishing the enabling ecosystem and environment to accelerate digitizations. So we need that to build the digital platform, the global digital platform or the regional digital platform that help to work on the digitizations of the economy itself. With that, once we are having this, there will be a job creation, definitely, and this is part of the SDG as Sustainable Development. If we move to the digital economy, there will be a good opportunities to create a new job, because we just speak about digital skills. So those people who get trained or educated will open a new opportunities, which is good for the economic growth, where we have these new talented and youth going into the market. So this one goes with the digital skills and the quality education. As we spoke, the digital skills are not yet through the universities or schools. Enhance the internet infrastructures. So infrastructures on the internet is what we say the penetration and accessibility and availability sometimes might go to the cost, because this is a requirement to enhance the digital economy. And the payment infrastructure, once we speak, most of us we speak about e-commerce. E-commerce. It's not about e-commerce anymore. It's about digital payment, digital business. As you can use your wallet, which is the M-wallet. We were speaking about the blockchain, Bitcoins. You just name it. So recently now, WhatsApp in India, they enable the payment through WhatsApp. So you just transfer your money from QR code. India have gone to the QR code, which is the lowest type of payment when it comes to the technology, but it's convenient and easy. It's a matter of QR code and you have your card on your wallet, scan it. And you see all these people who are on the market easily just go selling all of these vegetables. You scan their QR code and your transaction is done. Even they are not digital literacy, or they don't have these skills, or they don't understand what we are doing. So this needs to be looked into. Today, what we have in the Middle East is all about e-commerce, online, but even on a very low scale.
Hi everybody. We are the education group, and we would like to present to you our project that we like to conduct. The idea that we would like to do something that is related to the region, to all chapters, not to specific chapter, in order to enhance the collaboration between chapters and to let them work together. So the general objective that we are targeting is to build a community of network experts to empower young, fresh graduate engineers in Middle East, especially in Palestine, Oman, Yemen, and Egypt, and Lebanon. Basically, as we know, there is a need from operators in the region for equipped, well-empowered engineers that fulfill the needs of the technology that we have today. So we think such needs should be fulfilled, so we thought about this general objective. The specific objective for that, we would like to go very specific. First, we would like to train 25 fresh engineers. Then, we would like to identify the content needed based on the region's need. And then, we'd like to create a model that is sustainable and replicable. And we think that this is very, very important for us since we are looking forward that this model should be replicable and at the same time sustainable after the finish of the project. In order to do this, we came through the activities. For every objective, we defined the activities that we need in order to make this fulfilled. First, for the first activity, we would like to define the criteria to identify trainees. The most important thing to find our customers. So we need to identify the criteria, who should visit the training. Then we develop online form to select the trainees. We thought that online form is one of the best practices that we could apply in order to reach the potential trainees in different countries. Once we develop the online form, we would like to publish it on the website of the located chapters, because we would like also to promote the social media of the chapter and to make it as a reference for many engineers or many community members in order to see updates about the activities in the chapters. So we'd like to publish it on the website and the social media of the related chapter. And then we would like to communicate with local universities, because we think also local universities, they have many resources. For example, they could provide halls, location. Also the potential trainers could be from universities. Also the students, that fresh graduate engineering students or fresh graduate students also could be the candidates for the training. So communication with universities would be a very important part of to fulfill this objective. And finally, we identify the location of training based on the activities we already conduct. Yes? Okay. We would like now to come to the objective number 2. First, we would like to search different resources for possible content in different organizations. We know, for example, MINOC is one of the rich resources for training material. We know also that here in ISOC we have many online courses already developed. So with this exercise, we would like to see what resources already exist. Once we define this, we would like to identify the content that is needed in the region. Because again, here we would like to equip fresh graduates, so we need the content that is related to them. So we identify the content that fulfills the objective. And finally, we identify the trainers. Identifying the trainers usually comes from the, we are looking for the champions in every country, and we thought that the champions in every country, more or less, they are well defined, they are well known, we know them. So we communicate with them and see the potential of these champions to be the possible trainers. And for the third objective, for us, we would like to design the training delivery. For example, do we need 5 sessions, 10 sessions? We need every week, every month. So all issues related to the delivery of the training should be developed in this activity. Once this is defined, we are now ready to conduct the training. So the training is conducted, so we fulfill that. Then, once we define the general objective and the main goal of the project, we would like to come up to the activities, to the activities with duration and who and the budget. So we know them, but I will mention them quickly. First, to define the criteria, we are working on this, so I will just mention 2 or 3.
Talk about the budget and the duration.
Ilda will ask, we did not have time to do that. So define criteria to identify trainees. We thought it needs about 1 week. We don't need, to be honest with you, regarding who, we are still in progress in developing who, because every chapter has its own champions, so every chapter should define who should conduct for it. So we need here for who, 5, and in everyone who should do in every chapter. And then we have the allocated budget. We define the criteria, does not need any budget. So develop online form to select the trainees. We go up with the same methodology and the same approach. And once we define this and the duration and who and the budget, then automatically we'll have the overall budget for the whole project. So here we have concrete stuff. We started from general objective to specific objective to activities, and then we come up to the training. We think once we do this, the objective and the outcome is fulfilled from the project.
Cameraman.
Is it us? Just the 2 of us? The 3 of us, I mean, I can move things out. Oh, Ali.
So this is local content industry, I would say. So content, I like to call it content services, not only content. It's local services as well.
And it just one intervention, and it goes to show that there is not one size fits all. And that is why it's important to understand what you mean by local content, because then you're able to address it via different policies. So you have the big umbrella, and then you're right, metadata can be a huge advantage in terms of providing those services.
.org.lb, that's our local content as ISOC, yeah?
What about the, for example, like Google Cache or Akamai? you consider this when you host them in IX?
What else? Someone who's making, I don't know, $300 or $500 a month will say, I'm gonna spend $50 of those $500 to get online when I have to pay rent and I have.
They get lost during the project, and the project is delayed even more. So it will take some time to do it. It's done in 5 minutes. It's actually quite a good exercise.
Yeah.
At least everything that you have to do, and I have seen people with large, timelines like that. But then you're sure that everything is there, and you don't forget it.
We have managed to come up with this in less than 1 hour. So
Yeah.
what you are speaking about days and nights.
I started saying, I know that's the purpose is not going into the content,
No, but your point is valid. You're absolutely
but
right.
because I committed to the goal, so
وايضا مساله الاهتمام اصلا من الشعب، هل في اهتمام اصلا بالمحتوى؟ هل في ما يسمى بديماند سبلاي؟ وهنالك رغبه من الناس انهم يشاركوا يعطوا ويستقبلوا محتويات ومن بين الحلول او الامكانيات اللي هي الاكسشينج بوينتس تبادل المعلومات، وهذه يمكن تساعد تخفيف التكلفه والتسريع بقدرات الوصول للمعلومات. فهنالك ايضا مسائل اقتصاديه. الاقتصاد هو من الموتيفيشنز او حوافز الحكومات انهم يعطوا تسهيلات وامكانيات للبلد انها ترفع مستواها.
It's because the idea is to have all this, you took time to come to these meetings from your busy schedules and from your work, and I really thank you for this. But the idea was to come up with something concrete after that. And actually this is an idea that was planted in my head by Christine in IGF. So we're going to do some kind of booklet for the Middle East, about digital economy, education, local content, yeah? And it's only a relevant booklet only if all of you participate and we do that together. Of course, we'll hire some consultants to start writing the specific stuff about the Middle East, but at the end of the day, it's going to be our booklet. So that's why I'm asking for commitment. We can only do it if we do it together, and I think it will be the first time that somebody has looked at policies as exactly relevant to the Middle East.